And thanks to those joining us live and those that will be joining us on the archive. Welcome to the show. It is the 21st of December. It is a Sunday. I'm being joined by the one and the only Christine Lopez. We're live, of course, on my channel, The Style Boxing. We're live on In the Ring with Christine on YouTube
Mhm.
and on X. Make sure you subscribe to our content and hit that bell button where you're notified every time we go on
Yeah.
live. And I definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. How's it going, Christine?
It is going so good. Ho ho ho. Merry Christmas, everybody. I
Is that
celebrate
a shot
Christmas.
at some female fighters? Like, ho, ho, ho?
No,
What's going
why
on?
does it have to be female fighters?
Who are
Doesn't
you
have to be
trying to
female.
describe? Maybe it's male fighters too. I mean, we know you hate on the
Yeah,
male
it doesn't have
fighters,
to be. It doesn't have to be female fighters. You know what I'm saying?
you
But
know?
anyway, Merry Christmas. I do celebrate Christmas, so I do say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That's right.
Yes,
You know?
yes,
Um,
absolutely.
I mean, it was in her contract to not say Merry Christmas, but she broke the contract, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
she was supposed to say Happy Holidays, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well,
Um,
who
but
follows the rules?
Yeah, 100%. Hey, but we appreciate everybody being here. This is the 2025, Christmas Carol
Yeah.
edition. We are going to have a little bit of a boxing Christmas Carol. But before we get to all that, before we get to the
Hmm.
before we get festive and to all the festivities, we had a big event, and we can't continue without talking about it.
No, we got
Whether
to talk
people
about it.
like it, hate it, whatever it is, everybody watched it, right?
Yeah.
And Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. And I have my thoughts about this, Christine. I really
Hmm.
do. But I want to hear your thoughts first.
Okay.
Talk to me. What you think of the fight and all that?
We had some excellent women fighting on the YouTube portion of it, which I thought should have been on the Netflix portion, which, I get
Mm,
it. You only have so much time. They have to pick and choose who they're going to have as viewers, who's going to be tuned in. But me as a boxing head, I would have really liked to see those women on, because I missed one of my new favorites, Caroline Dubois. I missed her fight because it was on YouTube and it was earlier and whatever, yada yada yada. But I think that for the most part, the card was good. I am not an MMA fan, but my brother is, and so people that are MMA fans, they were tuned in to this Netflix boxing event that they would not
right.
usually be tuned into. So I
Mm,
get it. I
okay.
get it from Jake's standpoint. You're getting your boxing and your MMA fans tuned in. So I understand. But I
Sure.
personally wasn't caring about it. But yeah.
All right. Well, I think they were probably tuning in for Anderson Silva against Tyron Woodley,
Yeah,
and
that one. Sorry, I don't
I,
even
I I
know.
guess Anderson Silva he feinted like a knee, and Woodley reacted to it, and then he
Yeah,
knocked him out.
yeah.
I guess he knew being an MMA fighter, he was going to react to that. He took advantage of it, so it is what it is.
He did. He did.
And good knockout. I think people were kind of surprised that the Sugar Neeks fight with her opponent, I forget her name, I apologize,
Yeah.
was on the YouTube part of it. But I mean, they still got a big platform. They just have a
They
lot of
did.
eyeballs looking at them. So
And that
yeah,
matchup was, so that's when I got home from working and I turned it on and it was like a bloodbath.
yeah,
There was not so many technical skills. It was more of imposing your will.
right.
The champion had to protect her belts. The opponent was trying to take her belt. They were going at it. Like it was actually very entertaining, very exciting. I really enjoyed it.
This time she had to grit it out. She had to gut it out,
Absolutely, she did.
she definitely did that. Shout out to
She did.
Ed Chido Box. How you doing, brother? Ramirez Boxing 24/7. How you
Yes.
doing?
Yes. Thanks for tuning in,
D
guys.
Wokes, is that how I say it? Says hello. How you doing? I hope everything is good on your end. And of course, Al the Pal says, "What did it do?"
Al the Pal, my guy,
All right.
Al the Pal.
And thanks to everybody, by the way, tuning in, and make sure you hit the like button and all that good stuff.
Please, please
What you
do.
think of there's a lot of criticism about the women going 3 rounds. Alicia Baumgartner's fight, some people felt it kind of dragged on. I was okay with the fight. I didn't see the big deal about it, but a lot
Yeah.
of people seem to make a big deal about it. But what did you make? And do you think she was kind of gassing out at the end there?
You know the thing is like people are always going to have something to say, especially when it comes to women's boxing. In my opinion,
Mm.
they 2 minutes, 3 minutes. First, if they when they were doing 2 minutes, well, it wasn't long enough. They needed that other minute, and then now that they do want it, they're complaining that it's dragging on. So it's like you're never gonna appease the masses. So it's really personal. You know, a lot of people said that it really needs to be up to the women, which I agree. There are some sanctioning bodies, as we know, that will still not allow this. So Alicia had to relinquish what the WBC belt because they do not agree with it. But it was a good fight. It was good. I enjoyed it. You know, they're saying that they want Alicia to be the face after Serrano has retired. You
Mhm.
know, and that's what they're going for. And I think at this rate, the way that they're moving her and with the opponents that she has, that I can see that very possibly happening.
Yeah, they're definitely they're doing a good job promoting her. That's for
They
sure.
are. They
And
are. They
but
are.
I think what I would like to see, like I want to see like an actual transition to this, right?
Yeah.
What I would prefer is instead of going from 10 twos to 12 threes, I would prefer that they do 12 twos. And let's test that out, give them those two extra rounds and kind of see where it goes from there.
So
Um,
as someone that's watching, that's what you would prefer.
yes.
Okay. So why? Is it were you bored? Were you uninterested? Like
I,
why
I, I
why?
do think I do think the 2 minutes is better for the women. As that's what the data is showing me. We're not getting more knockouts because we're
But
adding more
what
time.
data? The data as far as
The
what?
fights we've gotten with the 3 minutes with high profile fighters that are not getting the stoppages due to more time. That's just
So that's
the
what it is. You want to see stoppages, is what you're
I
saying.
appreciated the theory that if you gave them more time that they would get knockouts, but
Right.
what actually starts happening because fighters are thinking ahead of time is I don't want to gas out, I got to take my time, I got so there's more processing time, and we really none of these fights with Serrano's Bumgarners have really they were getting closer to a knockout. To be honest with you, so at least with 2 minutes, there's more urgency, and the fights are more exciting. Quite frankly.
Well, I just have to say, you know, I get what you're saying, but I think that we really have to be patient for the fact that this
Mm,
is new. This has not been going on in the pros and amateurs. Yes, we know that the elite fighters, when
sure.
they're in the amateurs, they fight the 3 minutes. So I would just say that we can't be so quick to dismiss it, you know, especially if this is what the women want. If we
Why
had,
not? What's so I'm all for it. We're going to give it time. Then let's
yes.
have a transition period. How
Well,
about we add the two extra
but let
rounds
me
and
just say
keep it two
this too,
minutes?
though. If we had started out with the 3 minutes and not the two, this would not be a discussion. It's because
Mm,
somebody else put rules that they thought that women should have, you know, without asking the women and just put it into place. And now we're all
yeah.
like, okay, this is the way it's supposed to be. Well, if we never started out with the 3 minutes, we wouldn't be having this discussion. So let's just erase that. This is what the women are
Mm.
choosing. And it's not every fight. There's only a few that are choosing the 3 minutes. So it's fine with me.
I hear what you're saying. I'm just telling you from a more like the 2 minute fights are very entertaining. Like just think about all the best female fights. All of them were 2 minutes in rounds, right? And think about most of them would have been even better if you would have added two extra rounds. You don't necessarily need the extra minute. Yes, in the amateurs they fight 3 minutes, but it's only
Yeah.
three rounds. So
Yeah.
so like it's different in that sense. It's not that many rounds, and I also feel that there are other sports like tennis. They do less sets in the men, and it works for them. And I think that this could be the same, quite frankly. And I think it gives because it's less time per fight, it gives more room for more fights. Therefore, more women could shine on one card, right? Because you're adding extra
Oh, I
time.
see what you're doing. I see what you're doing there.
What am I doing?
Well, it's funny. It's cute. You're like, oh, then you give more opportunity for other women. Well, I mean, what about the other men? It's like women do not want to
The
be
men do 8 rounds.
categorized.
You could reduce the rounds.
No, but what I'm saying is women don't want that. Don't want to say, "Oh, it gives us more opportunity for more rounds," because you're not doing the rules don't apply for the men. It's like
Okay.
they're boxers. They're boxers. It doesn't matter. It's like if they want to fight the 3 minutes, let them fight the 3. If they want to fight the 2, let them fight the 2. Okay?
I don't know if every woman wants to do the 3 minutes.
That's why I said if they want to do the 3, if they want to do the 2. I think even
Um,
Franchon Cruz, she was saying, you know what? I saw Alicia doing her thing. It inspired me. I got to really think about this
mm,
if I want to do the 3 minutes. So she's not quite there yet, and some are. And then other women have said, you know what? Yeah, if you're going to pay accordingly, then yes, I'll do an extra minute.
but Christine, it doesn't work that way. Like so what I'm going to sound harsh here, okay?
I know you are.
So it's let's just be honest. Like when I was watching some of those women fights on the card, the arena was empty, right? So the way you get paid is when you put butts in seats. It's not by
Listen,
because you're
listen.
fighting more
Let me
rounds,
tell you this too. Let me tell you this
right?
too. Also on the undercards, the prelim fights,
Sure.
men too, that are the first one on the card, 5 p.m. anywhere, the arena's empty. It's the
Those weren't
same
title
thing.
fights.
Any, but
Those weren't title fights.
any early prelim fights, we're just not accustomed to that. We're not accustomed to that. This is something
Right.
new, so
Well, okay. Well, even if we
give
take
us
away the
some time.
prelims, even when we take away the prelims, when the women are headlining outside of Serrano and Tater, they're not in these big arenas. They're in these little small ballrooms. So they need to generate more interest and get more butts in seats. So they want to demand more money. My concern has always been anytime I bring it up, a lot of the women fighters say, well, pay me more if you want me to fight more rounds. So
Some do,
I,
not all. Yeah,
so,
some.
so
I mean,
the
some are getting
perfect
paid.
solution, well, I'd just say, the perfect solution is, well, the fights are more exciting, at least from the evidence I've seen, when it's because there's more urgency with the 2 minutes,
Mhm.
and it does give room for more females to fight on the same card, so more females get to shine, right? Like collectively, they get to shine more because it leaves more time on the card.
Yeah, like I said, this is new. This is
Sure.
something that we need to give some time to because yes, it may look this way, but a lot of things that
Mm,
even the boxing between influencers, guys that are in MMA, the
yeah.
Jake Pauls of the world, it's like we needed time to be able to marinate this and to see if it was going to work or not. It's the same thing with the women's boxing. It is. It's like I'm not going to totally say, you know what, it didn't work. No, it's not working. We need to give it time. We need to have patience. We've had patience with everything else that's crazy that's going on right now.
It Layla Ali didn't need 3 minutes to be great. Ann Wolf didn't need 3 minutes to be great. Christy Martin didn't need 3 minutes to be great. Taylor Serrano didn't need 3 minutes to be great. I've seen great female fights where it was 2 minutes, 10 rounds,
Absolutely,
and there were
absolutely.
phenomenal fights, and they could still be great. They don't necessarily have to be like the man.
I will say, no, I don't think that they need to be like the men because obviously they're not going to be like the men. But I will say this. I think that Alicia choosing to relinquish a belt when she was undisputed because she held
Mm,
all the belts and
sure.
choosing to do the 3 minutes, she is also proving to be great just for that fact. I mean, what are these guys when they're first coming up and girls fight for? They want those belts. They want those titles. Well, she was willing to give it up because she believed and she really wanted to do the 3 minutes.
Okay.
And this was her first, 3 minute, 12 round. She has to become accustomed to it. She has to get used to
Sure.
it. She had to see, okay, am I going to be able to last? Am I going to be able to survive? Am I going to be able to knock this girl out? This is new, and I'm
I
willing
get it.
personally to give them the opportunity to continue on and see how things go.
I just feel like if they need that transition, why not add the extra 2 rounds and then go from there? Like is what I'm
Well, I
saying.
mean, that definitely has to be discussed
Because they're
between
adding
the
two
two the two
rounds and then they're adding a minute per round from one fight to the other, right? I think that
Yeah.
that's a big jump.
It is a big jump. It's definitely a big jump. And there's a lot of people that really dare to challenge themselves, that really want to see if they can or cannot do it. And she dared to be great. She dared to challenge herself, and she
Sure.
completed the task.
But do you remember when we did a roundtable and we had Nate Campbell on the show, right?
Hmm.
And and Nate said, you give them an extra minute, they're still not going to get any knockouts, right? And like whether we like it or not, like Nate was right that we're not getting any knockouts.
So, okay, so he was right for this particular fight. We didn't get a knockout.
There's
How do we know
several
that that's not going
fights,
to happen? We cannot put every woman in the same category. How many men do not get knockouts?
and
Look,
one
look
time,
at Jamal Harvey, who I am a huge fan of. Huge fan. His second fight, his first fight, he knocked the guy out in the first round. The second one went the
sure,
distance. It depends on who your opposition is.
I agree, but it's not just the fact that we're not getting stoppages. It's women are going into survival mode, or they're taking
Oh my
longer breaks.
God, how many men go into survival mode? Do you
It's,
know?
I mean, a lot of them. Like one of them was in the main
Exactly,
event, but
because the ratio between men and women boxers is not even. You know what I'm
sure.
saying? So yeah, there's a lot of men, if we go by percentages, that also go into survival mode.
Well, we're going to agree to disagree slightly.
Absolutely.
Of course, I won the debate, but
Of
that
course.
aside, but we'll see. Look, at the end of the day, the women that are going to do it are going to do it.
Yeah.
I just don't think, just like in tennis, the women do less sets. It's okay.
I
Like
don't
the
know. Like I
Williams
don't know anything
sisters are
about tennis,
still,
so I can't even speak about it. And I don't care
but the
about tennis.
Williams sisters
Sorry,
are
no offense.
still phenomenal athletes. They still make
Of
money,
course
more
they
money than
are.
a
Why
lot of the
wouldn't they
men.
be?
But just because they do less sets it doesn't mean that they're any less of an
But what if
athlete.
they
But
choose to do more and they're able to, and because they want to challenge
you see
themselves?
that there's not a push to do it and insistent in doing it in tennis,
Right,
right?
right. So it's like really a non-conversation comparing the two.
So
There is a push to do it here.
yeah, but it's all the females that are coming from the amateurs that like I did 3 minutes in the amateurs. Yeah, but you only did 3 rounds.
Okay.
Like it's not the same as 12 rounds.
No, but they also don't just spar 3 rounds most of the time, depending on what's going on.
But hey, if they want to do it, by all means. But it just seems we're not getting the knockouts we were promised. You know what I mean? Like it
Well, nobody's
happens.
promised them. They've talked about it. They
I
believe that
mean,
they would get them, and they're working towards that. And I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be patient with them.
Rick Kit Rob says we aren't in this for knockouts. We watch technical elite level boxing on the women's
Thank you.
platform. Things will slowly transition as more
Thank
women find
you.
the courage to come on board. El
Mhm.
Chido, knockouts are rare even in men, just on the bicycle.
Thank you.
And he also said Mauricio said on an interview that women's skull was studied and was not meant to take hits for 2 minute rounds, is to save women. I will say this. Despite like I don't buy that. I don't know about that. Like I don't know about
I
this whole like
agree.
women don't have the skull to take punishment for
Yeah,
more than
I
two
don't agree
minutes.
with that. I don't agree with
Like
that at
I
all.
want to see this study is what I want to see.
Yeah,
Like
there is not one.
what
Nobody can materialize. That
what
hasn't
was
materialized.
was the study peer reviewed? What was it like how do we like
I'm sure it was
come to this
peer
conclusion?
reviewed by men. Just saying.
Well, if it was, right? I mean, we really don't
If it
know, but
was, right. They might
if
have
it
just been
was,
sitting at a table, at a round table,
like I'll
having a
tell you right now,
discussion.
my argument really isn't about that women are inferior and they can't take punishment. It's not based on that at all. But I just think that we don't. I'm just saying we don't need it. Like I think women's boxing can
You
still be
don't need
great
it.
the way
You
it
don't need
is.
it. Some people do need it and some people do want it, but you don't need it.
Like
And that's okay.
you know how many awesome women fights I've seen that were 2 minutes.
Absolutely. Because I mean I have too. Of course you have. There's awesome women out there that are
Yeah,
that are lacing up the gloves
and I
in
know you
the
respect Christy Martin, right?
absolutely.
And I still haven't seen the movie, by the way. Shame
Oh,
on
it's
me, but I gotta
amazing. You
watch.
gotta watch it. It's so good.
Um, but I will say this. I remember I asked her and she literally said, she's like, look, if you're gonna knock somebody out, you're gonna knock them out.
And I
It
and
doesn't
I
matter.
respect her for that. And that's her opinion. And I respect her for her opinion.
But I just think either you're a knockout artist with 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
No, the thing is this, because knockouts don't just come from one shot. They can, but they don't always. You can also, your punch output, on the body, on the head, wearing people
Mhm.
down, walking them down, you can knock them out that way too. It's not
Sure.
just always a one punch, magic punch that knocks them out.
I
They,
do think this is where I'll agree with you before we proceed. Just one more thing. I do think there's certain styles that
hmm
could potentially get more knockouts, or it just
yeah,
benefits them better, knockout or not. I
absolutely.
do think one of those fighters is Michaela Mayer.
hmm
I think she would benefit a lot with more rounds, more time working the
Yeah,
body. I think she's a
yeah.
great body puncher. She could wear down a lot of
Oh,
fighters, and
Tara Brown, definitely too.
Tara Brown for sure as
Yes.
well. I cannot imagine Sky going the distance with her with
No,
3 minutes, 12 rounds.
no.
But so there are fighters that are going to benefit from it. Pressure fighters are going to benefit from it because they're going to have
Yeah.
more time to work things, right?
Yeah.
But overall, though, if they do it, great. But I'm just an impatient guy. I don't want like the whole transition thing. Like how I
That's
just
the
want to see some
problem
good
with the
fights.
world. Everybody wants everything now.
Just let the
Relax.
ladies do their thing. Like 2 minutes, we're good. Like that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But
Well, I mean, we can agree to disagree. I mean,
yeah.
you
Shout out
know,
to Red Glove Militant. Merry Christmas. Shout out to you,
yes.
brother.
Merry
Um,
Christmas.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It was reviewed by Mauricio, the study. Like he just looked at women and said, "Nah." You know what I mean? That's he just looked at women and said, "Yeah, nah, 2 minutes, you're good." You know.
Mm-mm.
Um, so with that said, um, before we get to the Christmassy stuff, right? Anything else you want to touch on as far as the card or any other fights?
I mean,
Anything with
yeah,
that,
we didn't
Christian?
touch on Jake Paul.
No, we're going to touch on. Oh yeah, we're going to touch on that. But like besides
Okay,
that,
because
anything
we
else?
were talking about that before we went to your little theme. But okay, no, I'm good then. If we're going to touch on that, then
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. So, by the way, old news, but Tim's got an expected win. We'll see what happens with that. But
well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what?
yeah, I'm just saying Tim's got a W. In Australia. Shout out to
Yeah,
him.
I
I'm just
think we
giving him a
talked
shout
about,
out.
and you know what? All due respect to Tim Zoo, but I think we talked about this before. I think you're like probably his most loyal
Well,
and
look,
possibly
somebody said I switched up on him. So like I don't know about that. You know what I mean? But
no, you singing his praises and
you know,
banging the
yeah.
tambourine even when nobody even knew he fights. So kudos
Well,
to you.
like the one
You're a real
with
one.
the cumbia, like,
Yeah, the one with the cumbia. Like
I'm gonna
I,
get the
I'm like
what do you
Tim
call
Pot when? Okay, okay.
like Tim Gano.
Tim got no.
Anyway, I'm
Yeah,
gonna do a whole corrido for Tim and
Tim got
everything. You know
no.
what I mean?
I love it.
Did you see Canelo at the Luchador thing with
I
his
did see
son?
that. I did see
Um,
that, and it's so funny because Pitbull Cruz, when I had interviewed him, I said, tell me something that nobody knows. He's like, oh, I don't know. And I said, well, are you into something that maybe nobody knows about? Like
oh
maybe you
yeah.
could share with me. He said, yeah, I really like the lucha libras. And I said,
Hmm.
libras.
Yeah, yeah, you
And
got.
yeah, and I was like, okay, so if you beat, I said, do you have any masks? And he said, no, I don't have any masks yet. I said, well, okay, if you beat Roach, then I'll start your collection and buy you one. Well, we know what happened. So he doesn't have a mask. But yeah, so I think a lot of, especially the Mexican boxers, are into it. A lot of people are like, oh, is he going to do something on the side? Is he going to start wrestling or whatever?
Yeah, I just I did I would have rather him like jump in the ring and like hit somebody with a steel chair and then like take off his mask and reveal himself. I think it would have been like a bigger thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But that is what it is. And one more thing, Kay Scott, she won
Yes,
the.
Kay Scott. I'm so glad, man.
But
Hey,
like, why are those two girls fighting for the vacant belts? Is what I don't understand. I don't want to
I
be the negative
mean,
dude, but
hey, I don't know, but you know what? This is why I'm rooting for Kay, okay? Because I've known her for many many years. She was trying to go to the Olympics, a few times, and it didn't happen. And she has not ever wavered. She continues to work hard and be in the gym, and so I'm glad that she did get a reward for all the hard work that she's been doing. Do I think she's the greatest Australian or even female
mm,
fighter of all time? No, but I give her respect for all the work and the commitment and the
sure.
lifestyle that she puts in. So good
Shout
for
out to
her.
shout out to Drunk Irishman, and she did it just doing 2 minute rounds, Christine. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm just throwing that
What, did
out
you
there. You
knock
know
the
what I mean?
girl out?
Um, I mean, but what it would happen with 3 minutes? I don't think so. But
Maybe.
yeah,
Maybe.
maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
So
We'll
Pitbull
never know.
got robbed.
We'll never know.
Did Pitbull get robbed?
No.
No, you
No. If
don't agree with
anything,
that.
Roach didn't get robbed, but if anything, Roach should have won.
Mm. Ramirez Boxing, how's it going? Do you have a Christmas wish list for any bouts of 2026? Well, we'll definitely get to that for sure, Bam. I know anyway, just by reading that, definitely, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
And Joshua versus Wilder is still a fight that at some point needs to happen.
Yep.
I will
Yep.
say this though, if Joshua got hit with that right hand that Jake Paul hit him with by Wilder probably knocks him out. I'm just gonna say that right now. Boots versus Virgil. Oh man,
Yep.
that's a fight I would like to see.
Yep. I don't
Let's
think it'll
just
happen next, but that's a fight I definitely want to see.
we have a question, but somebody on X here.
Okay.
Wrecked Rob says thoughts on Bumgarner being called out by Dubois.
Ooh, honey, baby, honey. Let me tell you. Let me tell
Uh-uh.
you. So we were gonna do this like whole Christmas thing, and I'm just gonna. But anyway, she's on a list of somewhere that we were talking about before. But I
Mm,
will say that I am a huge, huge fan of both women. They are both top tier. Of course, anything that women are doing, I'm gonna support for
sure.
the most part. And but I have been looking at Caroline since the Olympics. I was there in Tokyo and I was
Mm,
just a big fan then. So I have just been waiting for somebody to really put her in the spotlight. And she's done it, you know, and now she's signed with MVP and I'm so freaking happy.
mm.
That fight right there, honey, that's going to be a banger. But I'm just going to say that I would like to see Baumgartner and she fight maybe somebody else before, and that should be like a title fight. That should be for all the belts, something. I'm just saying, because somebody is going to leave very disappointed. And that's all I'm going to say.
I think Caroline Dubois beats Bumgarner. That's what I think.
Yeah, she's
And
different.
Bumgarner, I don't know if Bumgarner realizes she does this, but like her energy is so different when she talks about Caroline.
Yeah, I think honestly, like I have described Caroline as a baby, a baby, T baby,
Mm, okay.
Tara Brown. I really have. I've described her as that.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
reminds me so much of Tierra Brown. Like she really does.
100%. Well, that'll be interesting. Jake Paul. What you think of his performance, Christine? What did you think of AJ? What do you think about the whole main event?
So as far as the performance, I mean, there's no words, right? As far as he
Mm,
being a promoter to the highest level,
yeah,
like blowing everybody out of the water, he does it because I will say this: anything that he says he's going to do, he does it. And he doesn't only do it, he does it in a very extreme, extraordinary fashion. You know, we cannot deny that. All eyes were on this. Even we boxing heads, people that were big time boxing fans, not boxing fans, we were watching. We were watching. Did I ever think that he had a chance? Absolutely not. Do I say that he is a professional boxer? Yes, he is. He has coaches. He works out. I've said this many times. He does train.
mm,
Now, there's levels to this. And I said that
sure.
on a tweet. There's levels and there's money. Okay.
Mm,
And sometimes the two collide and the money wins.
yeah.
And that's what we saw that night.
I'm a mixed bag with this fight. Um, on one hand, of course, you have to give him the respect for stepping in the ring, especially against a guy like Anthony Joshua. On top of that, right? So you have to give him respect for that, and I respect
Is it
all fighters that take him
respect
on.
for that, or is it respect for his business wise strategies to get what he wants? Because think about it. Think about it.
Mhm.
When it was all said and done, what name came out of AJ's mouth? Fury's name.
Sure.
So I'm sure there was many conversation. Do this. Here's the bag. At the end of it, whoever you want to fight, we're going to make it happen. You're going to be
Mhm.
on Netflix. And so for that, I say Jake Paul is a hell of a effing promoter.
I mean, there's no doubt that he's good at marketing. He comes from the social media world. And he's one of the biggest and has like 20 million subscribers on YouTube. I mean, obviously, he knows how to market. He knows
Yeah.
how to promote himself, and obviously that transitions into
Yeah.
promoting everything around him. But the thing is this, right? Just from like the fact that he did step in there with Anthony Joshua, and no matter what, you're risking your life when you step in the ring, right?
Okay. So if
So
somebody paid you $80 million, you wouldn't do that?
100%. But
Okay.
but there's no
So,
doubt
but
about that. But
that's pretty much
I'm
anybody.
I'm gonna start criticizing him. I just wanted to make sure I said that
Okay.
because obviously, yes, he deserves credit, et cetera, et cetera. But the thing is that that's like a given to me. I give credit to all fighters, right? There's
Yeah, for
fighters
sure.
that
Absolutely.
there are fighters out there that are getting in there in 50-50 fights and they're not getting paid anywhere near
No,
that.
you're
Like
absolutely right. I agree
so,
with that.
so he gets credit for that. No doubt about it. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend I didn't see the shenanigans that I was seeing, right?
Yeah,
They had a
definitely.
big ring, and he was literally being too negative and running away with no intention of really engaging for most of the fight. He was literally dropping to the canvas. He dropped to the canvas more times than he landed punches.
Oh, for sure.
He was
Yeah.
going for double legs and single legs, and I know I'm
Yeah.
not seeing things because MMA
No,
fighters who
you're
are calling
right.
the fight
You're
call that
right.
out. He was trying to pull Anthony Joshua down. He was shooting. He was shooting for takedowns,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry if a professional fighter did that, we would be shredding the shit out of them, right?
Oh, for sure.
So like that needs to be called out. He was stalling, and the only thing he was trying to accomplish was, I'm going to go as many rounds as possible.
Yeah, of course. You want
Eventually,
to survive.
yeah, he's trying to survive, but for the purpose, because you mentioned that he's good at marketing, and
Yep.
I knew they were going to do it. Right? Oh, I win more rounds than Ngannou. I win more rounds than
Yes.
Martin. I win
Yep.
more rounds than this guy and that guy. But the
Yep.
difference is those guys weren't in there to survive,
Exactly.
right?
You're right. I agree with you.
And the analogy I've used is this: it takes a lion longer to hunt a gazelle than to fight another lion, like to settle a fight with another lion.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that the gazelle did better than the other lion,
The
right?
gazelle could just run faster.
Yeah, the gazelle was just getting away and eventually got tired, and then the lion caught up to it. Sound familiar, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 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 for
Um,
sure.
and I also think, and this is kind of a criticism to AJ, I do think AJ was kind of taking it lightly on him, if I'm
AJ
honest.
was definitely taking it lightly. There were so many times that he could have totally ended it. I don't know what kind of handshake or written agreement they had where, you know what, I need to at least
Mm,
last X amount of rounds, and then
right.
whatever you got to do to put me out, do it, because I also don't want to mess up your reputation. Because at the end of the day, AJ is a man, and he's going to want to show that he is the man. So he couldn't go all the rounds, but I think there was some kind of agreement. And allegedly, I'm just speaking from my mind that, let me survive X amount of rounds and then do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Because, yes, there were many times he could have put him in the ground.
Like, I think I told you, it may have been somebody, but like, I think it was to you. I thought, like, if AJ just shoots his jab to the chest of Jake Paul, like Jake Paul can't stop it,
He
and he
could have
wouldn't
hit him
throw
in
it.
the
Like,
top of his head and stopped him. Like, I mean, he didn't even have to aim that low. He could have just pop, you know.
I guess what I'm saying is he never like went out of his way to really,
No.
By the way, I got to plug in his laptop before it dies. By the way,
Okay.
but any final thoughts while I plug this on the fight?
No, I just, you know what? I think that Jake Paul is doing exactly what he set out to do. To be he's a promoter. He also wanted to box too, and he's put in the work and he's been able to do it, and he's had some big names, facing him. So in 100 years, when we look at the resume, we look at the box rec. I mean, he's gonna have nothing but amazing opponents, and he's gonna go down in history.
Yeah. Um, By the way, did AJ have like? Yeah, I'm kind of torn, Christine. Like, part of me thinks it's commendable that he got the job done without going all out because he might have killed a kid, right?
He would have definitely
Uh,
killed him.
he broke his jaw. I can't
In
believe
two
how bad
places.
his.
Like in two places.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, well, maybe it's commendable, and he probably likes Jake Paul. Like, I don't really want
Of
to hurt him
course
that
he
bad.
does. He look, they're doing business together. Of course. That's why
But
you
then
see it's
a
so
part of
funny.
me though is
It's
like,
so funny because you see all of these people on X criticizing these boxers who are giving him kudos for what he did. Well, they're potential business colleagues in the future. Of
mm.
course, they are going to give him kudos. You and I have
So
nothing to win or lose.
I just think, but another part of me is like, just take him out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing, right? But it's I'm not the one in the ring, and at the end of the day, that ring was AJ's playground. He could have done whatever he wanted to.
He could
Like
have.
at the end of the day.
But and he
So
did to your point, he could have done whatever he wanted. He could have held back, he could have played with him a little bit, or he could have probably killed him. So
I
he
like.
chose to pull back.
Did he have to give him that smile before he knocked him out? Like, did you see that? Did you see that picture?
Yeah, I mean, that's just
Poor
character.
Jake. He's like,
Yeah.
he saw it coming and he still couldn't stop himself from getting
That
stopped. So
I think I don't know him personally, but I think that's just his character.
yeah.
And I've heard, I mean, I've never worked with him or even um, been in the gym with him. I've seen him around or whatever, but I've never worked with him. And people that
Mm.
that have worked with him say, he is a very, very hard puncher. So also the thing is too is like AJ couldn't risk letting him get away with too much because what if he accidentally knocked him out or hit him on a sweet spot? Like that wouldn't have been good either.
Well, look, he did land a really good right hand on
He
AJ,
did that right overhand. Yeah, he did.
and I think um that moment AJ just knew like, oh, he can
Yeah,
hurt
he's
me.
like, this is getting out of hand because the hardest, and you can ask any boxer that's been in the game for a long time, the toughest, most dangerous opponents are the guys that are new to the game, that are reckless, that just throw shots from everywhere because you just can't calculate what they're going to do. And the thing is that whenever you get someone that's equal to you and is a master, it's easier to dance. But when you get someone that doesn't get it, you
So
just don't even
I
know
do
what's gonna
see
happen.
like just the thought of like I don't want this guy to even have a miracle shot. Like, I'm just gonna take that
Exactly, because it
away.
can happen. They're
Um,
dangerous.
yeah,
Guys that don't know how to box as well are very freaking dangerous.
yeah,
They're
because
not
like
easier, they're dangerous.
and Eric Gomez says he was headhunting, and I agree with that. I think if he would have aimed for the
Yeah,
chest, he would have taken him out
yeah.
early. But it is what it is. Team Batman
Very
Boxing, how
true.
you doing, brother? Hope everything is good. Eric Gomez is not mad at it. He just thinks he was running too much, like Skull did against Canelo.
No,
Um,
literally running, like literally.
I just think like what Jake Paul was doing is not what outboxers do. And it just isn't. Even the guys that move a lot, they're still trying to win, and they're
Yeah,
trying
I
to
mean,
line
they're
up
still they're
punches. And
still making points. They're still,
yeah,
shooting their shots. They're not just literally running a marathon in circles.
100%. And one more comment, and we'll move on. This is from X from Wreck It Rob. To be frank, Jake may be boxing saving grace. Definitely women's boxing saving grace. He's bringing
Oh,
more
agree.
eyes to the sport at the perfect time. He's not what the sport wants, but he's definitely what the sport
I
needs.
definitely agree with that.
More and more kids are tuning in now, which is I think is amazing. Not
Yes.
too long ago, people were saying boxing is dead, like Dana White. Now look at who's
Yeah,
trying to come in. There you go.
absolutely. Agree, agree, agree.
By the way, I think I saw the reports like Jake made a little under 100 million and Joshua 80 million.
There you go,
God
buddy.
damn.
There you go.
No wonder Joshua's like over here, like hugging up on the dude and like you're my best friend, even though we just
Yeah,
fought. You know what I mean?
absolutely. Absolutely. If he
Did he give
didn't have
him
a
the
broken
chain?
jaw, they would have gone to dinner together. Just saying.
Yeah, I thought they bet the chain. Did he give him a chain?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. Team Batman Boxing says facts. Let's get the the festivities going, and anybody watching the chat, of course, you're more than welcome to chime in. You may even give us better answers than we got.
You
You
hear
know what I
that? You
mean?
hear that? You hear that? That accent, that Chicano accent. Chime in, guys. Chime in.
Chime in, say, chime in, homies. You know what I mean?
Chime in, homes.
Christine,
Yes.
it's a Christmas Carol, okay?
It is a Christmas
So
Carol.
we're gonna start off with who is the Scrooge of boxing 2025, and on the flip side, who's the Santa? Like you know what I mean? Like who's the Santa Claus of boxing in your opinion?
Oh gosh,
Scrooge
that
and
is
Santa.
so tough. I will say, okay, so I'm just gonna say that right now, for me, just because as a woman, and I usually don't even like try to differentiate, because I just don't like to wear that on my shoulder. But I will definitely say that Jake Paul is the Santa right now, just
Okay.
because he's bringing all these women's matchups together that we absolutely freaking want to see. And he's paying these women what they deserve on a big platform. So for me personally, right now, he's the first name that comes to mind as a Santa.
All right. Okay.
And you?
That's Meyer says he's just happy to be here. Shout out to you, brother, and Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry
Um,
Christmas.
I do think he is I do think that the Santa of the year
Yeah.
is definitely Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I think he has given a lot to women's boxing, which other promoters just haven't. At the
Yep.
end of the day,
And we've
uh,
heard many promoters say nobody cares, nobody's putting money into it. And yeah,
yeah,
but we had to sign
man, like
NDA, so we
Eric
can't name
Gomez
any
says, but
names.
like Bud is a Scrooge. He says, you know what I mean? Jesus.
Bud is
Yeah.
a Scrooge.
To me, the Scrooge is Christine's favorite sanctioned body president, Mauricio
I just
Sulaiman,
said that.
and y'all's favorite sanctioned body president. You know what I mean? Y'all
You're
love
funny.
Mauricio Sulaiman, but
You're
he's a
funny.
Scrooge in my opinion. Like that's what it is. And you know what's funny is that he does all this thing where he's stripping Bud, and then Bud retired like a couple days later. You could have just waited, bro, and you would have
Yeah,
avoided all that controversy, right?
right. Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely a Scrooge. Like bah humbug. He couldn't take what the other
So
sanctioned
this is
bodies
the
took.
thing. This is the thing. This is a story that I've heard, and of course it's alleged because the boxing circle is small, the boxing world is small, and you just kind of hear things that happen. It's all alleged. I'm definitely not naming names, but
Mhm.
I heard that there was not a problem, paying the fees that were asked, but then when there was fees on top of that, that was the problem, and that the other sanctioning bodies had agreed to take, okay, whatever the disclosed amount was, but Suleiman allegedly did not wanted what he was asking plus some on top of that. So
Mm.
that's where the problem lied. But that is what I was told,
Tisk
and
tisk.
that's what I've heard. But it's all alleged. Who knows? I wasn't there.
What's the matter with Mauricio Sulaiman? You know what I mean? He's trying to get that little extra, like
I mean, it's
Scrooge.
around the corner from
You know what I mean?
Christmas. I mean, Mama might want a new bag or something. You never know.
Like, what a Scrooge. That's why to me, he's a Scrooge of the year. Who's your Scrooge, Christine?
My Scrooge, and it's like I'm a Cancer, okay? So I don't hold grudges, but I don't forget shit, okay?
Uh-oh.
I don't forget stuff. So for me, the Scrooge would have to be, and God bless him, God love him. I mean, when I'm around him, he's cool, and I like him, and I respect what he's done. But it would have to be Bob Arum, and the reason why I say this is because,
Oh.
um, first of all, the way he did Bud, um, said that he didn't sell tickets. He couldn't promote him. He wasn't, whatever enough. And then also he had so many of these Olympians from 2020, 2020 Olympians, and he didn't really do too much for them or with
Mm.
them. It seemed like other boxers that didn't do as well, like Berlanga, would get more attention and more
Mm.
promotion than these guys. So
Yeah.
he would be my Scrooge.
Man, but he's like 95 years
I
old. Like,
know, but you know what? Scrooge was like 90 something too.
I mean, he's 102 years old, Christine.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
you got to cut a guy a break a little bit. You know what I
I
mean? Like,
mean, that's just what my opinion.
I mean, does the chat agree? Because she's picking on like a 110-year-old dude over
I'm not
here. You know what I
picking
mean?
on him. I'm just stating facts.
I mean, like Bob Arum is out. He's trying. You know, they took away his network. You know what I mean? He used to have
And that, and
ESPN.
then that.
You know what I mean? But like what like you know? But he's 120 years old. You know the guy's trying. You know he's doing his best. You know I'm just saying. But Eric Gomez keeps saying that Suleiman deserves the best. Okay, well
Maybe
that's
they're
your opinion.
related. It's okay. Maybe he's like a great nephew and he's going to inherit some money.
Maybe he's the next president of the
Maybe he
WBC.
is. You never know.
Eric Gomez, like he's gonna be making statues. Um, El Chilo says De La Hoya is a Scrooge. Okay. And Santa is AJ. Probably liked what AJ did. A lot of AJ is Santa to a lot of people, by the way. You know what I mean? But right now anyway. So
Okay. All right.
Christine isn't impressed with that answer. But
I
it's
mean,
okay.
okay.
Christine, now this
Yeah.
one could be in many ways, but the gift of the year, okay? It could be a gift to the fans. It could be a gift somebody got in a fight, whatever it is. What do you think?
Gosh, I think that Bam Rodriguez is a gift. I think he is a gift to anyone, whether they are true boxing heads or just fans, like casuals, as people say. Because when you watch this young man work, it is an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah.
He is like a Rubik's cube. You cannot figure him out. You think, you know what, he's got these flaws, he's got these weaknesses, or he can't do this or do that well, and then he proves that you're wrong. He is able to adjust to anyone that is in front of him. He has no fear. He has the blueprint, as people say, to whoever he's going to face. So for me, Bam is definitely a gift to the boxing community, the
Okay.
boxing world.
All
And he
right.
keeps giving.
Okay. So to me, the gift of the year, it's not really, it's still boxing, but it's like influencer boxing, but it's just a gift that keeps on giving, right? And that's watching Andrew Tate, the so-called top G and the super alpha male who told everyone for years he was a kickboxing world champion, that he was a real fighter. And he goes in there and gets his ass beat by one of the worst influencer boxers alive. Um, and it's just a gift that keeps on giving. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that gift I would return because I don't know who Andrew Tate is or whatever influencer you're talking about. So that is a gift that if I was given, I would want the receipt so I could take it back.
Man, right? No. If Christine doesn't want that
We're
gift, if
talking
this was
about
a white
boxing,
elephant,
bro.
she would
We're
throw it in my
talking
face.
boxing, bro.
Well, it's still they boxed. They were, you know what I mean? They were
Yeah,
boxing.
okay. Okay. All right.
Like not really good, but they were boxing.
No, nothing about him. But I bet you know about Bam. Just
You
saying.
know,
And I bet
Bam's
most of
that
the chat
dude.
does too.
Bam's that dude. Like you know what I
He
mean?
is that dude.
Like I'm just saying. But
That's a gift you're not going to return or
another,
trade in.
if I could just, since you're sending that back, then let's take a moment to appreciate Pitbull Cruz. Right?
Absolutely.
He's the gift that keeps on giving, right? Always in great fights, and
Always.
he's not appreciated. People just always shit on him for whatever reason. They look down on him just because he's 4'10", but it's not his fault. You know what I mean? Right? And Christine doesn't even want to give him a luchador mask because he got a draw. Like this is what's happening.
You know what? I may just get him one anyway. Who knows?
He might wear it to the ring and be like, Senora Cristina, give me this. Like,
Yeah,
that's
but
what
I
he's
will
going to say.
make sure that my logo is right here if he does.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's all about. Let me. You guys let me know what do you think. The gift of the year is Jesus and M in the building. How's it going, brother? Okay. Wreck-It Rob says Bam and Haney are the gifts that keep on giving for sure. All right.
I can't too much argue with the Haney thing. Yeah.
So
I'll
this one's
take two
kind of
gifts.
so this one, the Rudolph Award, right?
Yeah.
Who gave boxing light in times of darkness, right? Like which boxing figure? It could be a fighter, a boxing figure. It could be Andrew Tate, whoever, right?
Andrew
Uh,
the who?
whoever it is, Christine. Rudolph Award 2025.
See, this is crazy. So I just see this in so many different ways. So the way that you're
Sure,
saying it, who gave boxing light? Well, we got to go back to Jake Paul. He gave light
sure.
to women's boxing. He's made a way, and it's so exciting. I don't think people have been as excited as they are now about seeing women in the ring after because of him. But
Mm,
for me, um, also, and I'm just also, I have to say, and yes, she's my friend. Yes, I love her. But I also think she's amazing. Somebody that gave me light was Tierra Brown when she beat Sky Nicholson, because
mm,
for a moment there, I really thought that things were not going to go in her favor just because of where Sky Nicholson was and who she was with. And then Tierra was able to take that from her. I want to see more light. I want to see more. I want to see her on the big stage. I want to see Tierra with MVP. She just, I
mm.
don't know what's going on or whatever, but she needs to be there with the greats,
Right.
because she is not done or anywhere near done, and she's going to shut a lot of people down and a lot of boxers down. And to me, she is right now. Yes, we have Katie Taylor. We have Amanda Serrano. We have Clarissa Shields, and we have greats coming up behind her, behind all of them. But the one that's going to be equivalent in talent, skill set, mindset is going to be Tierra. So she's my Rudolph.
In no way with a nose so bright. Won't you ride my sleigh
Not
tonight?
ride, guide.
Guide, whatever.
Yeah,
Okay, I got it wrong. But
you did.
here's the thing. It is guide, right? So Nayo Inoue, Cinco de Mayo weekend, they had those atrocious performances, which is why I wouldn't pick Haney to be the gift that keeps on giving, because there was not a lot of giving with the Ramirez fight, right?
There was
And
not.
that whole card was atrocious, and
Yeah,
it is what it is. I mean, Raleigh did his thing, in fairness,
yeah.
right?
Let's give him
But
credit.
Raleigh beating Ryan, by the way, it was kind of a gift that keeps on giving. But Naya went away after Canelo put a dud against, William Skull, and we had like these fighters that were throwing atrocious amount of punches, that weren't landing anything, no engagement. In a way, saved that weekend.
Oh, for
In a way,
sure. Oh, I
he
agree.
it was a
Yeah,
great performance,
yeah,
and like in a way, saved Cinco de Mayo weekend for the diehard boxing fan.
yeah, for
And
sure.
he was definitely the Rudolph in a time of darkness. Right?
Okay.
He gave
Yeah, I
light.
can argue with that for sure.
So that's what I think about that. Wreck-It Rob thinks Benavides is the Rudolph.
That's
All
another
right.
one. There's a few,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they're calling me one.
He can only be one. You know what I mean? Like I know that Christine wanted to give it to this guy Nicholson, but sometimes you can't.
She's great. She's wonderful. And until she wasn't.
Mm.
And but she's making her way back up, and props to her, seriously.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot to kind of look at with that. But in all seriousness, I think Iowa in a way is definitely could be the gift of the year too. By the way, just a gift that keeps on
Yeah,
giving.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I think, and you talked about Bob Arum. I mean, he had him fight on Facebook. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that.
And
But
Tubi,
and two,
which I mean,
well,
shout
that
out
was
to
Mayor,
Tubi.
right?
Shout out to Tubi. I get to see all my old school classic TV shows from when I was growing up. Love Tubi, but it's not just something that's very familiar to most.
Mm.
Just saying.
Well, look. in a dimly lit studio lined with old fight posters. A podcast host had turned his love for boxing into bitter scorn. And this is the start of A Christmas Carol, all right? Okay, so let's talk about the ghost of Christmas past. And I'll go first.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
please do, because I need clarification on what you're looking for.
The ghost of Christmas past to me this year is someone who rolled back the clock in 2025. I don't think anybody could beat Manny Pacquiao, right?
Oh,
Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao is old as shit. I don't care what anybody says, okay? But
yeah,
I mean, in my opinion, I know he got a draw, but I felt he should have won that fight against
oh,
Mario
fact,
Barrios. And
absolutely.
people could say whatever they want. Well, Mario Barrios
Yeah,
isn't that good. Well, whatever you want to say. At the end of the day,
he
Manny
was a
Pacquiao,
champion. Yeah,
yeah, he's a reigning champion. Manny Pacquiao's in his mid 40s. He was inactive for 4 or 5 years, and he cuts back and he did his thing. And I think Manny Pacquiao deserves all the credit in the world, and he's definitely the ghost of Christmas past. Because
damn.
he rolled back the clock enough to get a W, in my opinion.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, can we have the same one? Because I have to agree.
Of course.
Like, I mean, I totally agree. And he looked really good. Like, I was worried about him. I didn't think he was going to look as good because after his last fight, like you said, 3 or 4 years ago, his wife was feeding him pretty much through a straw, and I was just like, man, he might just
Man,
be totally just gone.
she
But
was
he looked
feeding with him with a spoon. Like
okay. All right.
she
Same
was.
thing, same
What do we
difference.
do? Oh my god, that
But
was
yeah,
Uga's
no, I
fight.
have
Yeah.
to agree. I have to agree. I mean, who else has done that really and done it well? I mean, there have been many that have come back and done something, but did they do it in a manner that Manny did? No. No,
Mm.
they didn't. They didn't. So I agree with
Um,
you. I definitely agree with you on that.
so, um, a couple of comments here. It's sad that Manny is still boxing. I mean, Eric Gomez and Debbie Downer over here. Like, I mean, I get it, but it
He's
is what
not
it is.
sad. He's not sad.
He's not sad, and we may get Pacquiao versus Mayweather. So, and he's going to
Right.
make a lot of money for doing it. So it is
No,
what it is.
listen. Maybe overseas, not here so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Team Batman said he was surprised, and he also says he was actually out there in Tokyo and Vegas to watch Inoue fight, and definitely the
Okay.
gift that keeps on
Love
giving.
Tokyo.
That's what's up. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely should have won that.
The
Definitely.
fact that Manny is fighting top opposition definitely supports his case. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Absolutely. And Barrios now is with a different trainer. He's with
mm,
Goosen, and they said you're gonna see some great things. So let's
okay.
see. Let's see.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. So, look, the Ghost of Christmas Present, which is basically like whose year was this, right? So, like, whose year
Yeah.
was this, Christine? The year of who?
Whose year was it? Like
Yeah,
overall?
overall.
It was definitely Bud's year. It was
That was why.
definitely fucking Bud's year. He beat Canelo. He did not pay the sanction fee against somebody who allegedly was trying to get over on him, and he retired. Like, he's done everything. He said he didn't care about the money, he didn't care about the titles, he cared about shutting people up. And for the most part, he shut people up unless they're just total haters. So it was definitely Bud's year, period.
I do agree with you. I do think this was definitely Bud's year. When people look back at the year 2025, the Ghost of Christmas Present was definitely Bud, right?
Yes.
And I think in terms of making headlines, announcements, of course, his win over Canelo, his just
Yeah.
everything, and the announcement of his retirement. If he stays
Yes.
retired, that's another story. But
He's gonna stay retired. Why not? He's already done everything he's wanted to do.
I mean, because somebody might offer him a shitload of money. That's why.
I don't think that he's driven on money. And the thing is that he has so many investments, so many business dealings that he's not done making money.
I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying, like, sometimes,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, who
money comes
knows? I
around.
mean, who knows? But I don't see it. But if it happens, I'm not going to be mad at it. He, I'm not going to be mad at it.
I mean, yeah, I definitely agree with that. You know what I mean? So the ghost of Christmas future, right? Which is basically the future of boxing. When we're looking at somebody right now, right? But it could be anything. It could be a fight. It could be a fighter. It could be whatever you want it to be. But who or what is the ghost of Christmas future this year, Christine?
We saw a really, really great performance from Jamal Harvey, on the Jake Paul undercard. He's an Olympian. He's very talented. I thought he did a great, great job. Another guy that I have my eye on, Juju Balo. He's not. He wasn't an Olympian, but he was on Team USA. He's also coming up. I think he's with OTX and he's with Top Rank. I don't know what's going to happen there. You hear whispers and rumors about OTX, and we know that Top Rank doesn't have a home. So I am concerned about that part of it. But with Jamal Harvey being signed to MVP, and they were rivals coming up during the amateurs, those guys are super, super talented. They're definitely the future. Um, Also, Caroline Dubois, like I am so stoked on her.
Mm.
Like I really see her doing amazing things. So those three names, I really feel like Joshua Edwards, heavyweight. Some people say he didn't look too good in his last performance, but also you have to look at the opposition. Those are some names and some folks that I'm really keeping an eye on, and I really feel like they're going to do amazing things.
Okay. The ghost of Christmas future for me is Bam Rodriguez. And I
Wow.
think he's also in the present, but I think
Yeah,
with Bud retiring,
yeah,
Canelo's not going to be around that much longer.
right.
I don't
No,
think Usyk's not going to be around much longer. Like
no,
Bam is still young.
yeah,
Bam has a bright future. He's extremely. It almost looks unfair and he's beating really good fighters, and we
yeah,
know, and people are demanding he moves up because that's how easily he's winning,
right.
and I do think there are some future major wins for Bam Rodriguez in the future that
Yeah,
he may
for
be an
sure.
underdog in, but I think he's going to win those fights. And
Me too.
people could think I'm crazy, but I do think he beats Nakatani in the fight.
Yeah, me too. I don't think I can ever bet against him. I don't think I can.
And in his future, whether he wins or not, I do see a potentially an Inoue fight.
For
But
sure.
I he might be the guy that ends the Inoue era. And right now, people may not feel that way, but Bam's gonna grow into even more man strength. He's gonna get, he's gonna grow into the higher weight classes. And I have yet to really see Bam in a like other than a fight where he broke his jaw, but that's just kind of something that
Right.
happened. But this
Happens.
is a guy that just he destroyed the man, Gallo Estrada, and then people
Yeah.
chalked it off like, oh, he's old and washed up. No, that was the champion in the weight
People
class.
always have excuses, no matter what. They're always going to say that things like that. They don't ever give the champ the credit that they deserve. They just don't. It's just, especially if they
Yeah.
don't like it. If they don't like you, they're going to find something always. Yeah.
Dubois and Mason are the top two for Wreck It Rob. Um,
No
Ramirez
doing
says anything comes out of those promoters going to Lubbock for USA Boxing. Oh, you thought? Yeah.
there was talk about, I did see Dana White's, what is it? What is the Zuffa? I did
Yeah.
see them out there, you know,
The
um,
scouting. Yeah.
yeah, they're scouting, and that happens. They always go. It's not really news. I mean, kudos to the people that put it out there, but they're always out there. They're always at all the nationals. They're going to be at Golden Glove Nationals. They're going to be at all the USA Nationals, and then they go overseas too. One of the big tournaments that they have internationally is in Bulgaria, and there's always scouts there. So I don't want to say, like, I guess it is news for people that don't know, but it's really not news. I mean, it happens
You
all the time.
know, Moses Itama is actually a good one.
Yeah, Utama is a
because
good one.
like Bam, it's kind of like cheating because Bam's already a world champion in several
Yeah,
weight
yeah,
classes,
that's
and
how you said the ghost of like the future, and you're
I just think
taking the
he has a
present, you're
future, is
taking
what
the
I'm saying.
present to the future. Like who are
But
the
I'm
new
actually gonna.
names?
I do think Utama is the future of heavyweight boxing,
Oh yeah,
and
he's amazing.
I'll be honest. I kind of want Usyk to retire without having to fight this guy. If I'm honest with you,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
like I
yeah.
just it's just this, and people could be like, "Oh, what do you mean?" I'm not saying Usyk wouldn't win. I just think Usyk's done everything
But
already. He's
I
kind of
wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if they fought like now and then like
yeah,
Utama lost, just like the way Canelo lost early on to a great, Mayweather. I wouldn't mind that. It would be okay.
yeah. But
But if
this
we wait too long, it may not happen that way.
Moses is the real deal.
No, he
Like
he is the
straight
real
up.
deal. No, he is the real
Like I'm
deal.
looking at and I'm like, oh, like
He's
this
the
is the
real
real
deal,
deal.
but we also have to remember that these veterans, they know all the secrets, all the sneaky tricks. They
Yeah,
know they have the more experience. So even though this hungry lion is devouring everybody, there could be a slick veteran that comes in there, but it would have to happen now. Like later on, like I said, it may not turn out that way. So if it's going to happen, let it happen now, like right
yeah.
now.
I agree. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen. Let it happen now.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Sweet Kelf says, "What's up? How's it going?" Um, and for the women though, I do think Caroline Dubois is a good
yes,
name.
yes,
You
love
know,
her.
I think she's really good. Like, even when she made a pro debut, I remember seeing her and being like,
Yeah,
This girl's really good."
yeah.
And and cracking runs in the family. You know what I mean? So
For sure, but I think she's better and will surpass her brother. I
as
do.
far as like for the women, I do think Katie has a little bit of like Christmas past-ish in her a little bit right now.
Mhm,
It looks like she's
mhm.
kind of on her way out.
Yeah,
Present like Gabriela Fondora, and I will say Dubois is kind of the future,
for sure.
but present you can also give it to Tierra Brown. I mean,
For
she had a
sure.
big win, and
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
by the
God
way, I remember
willing.
Alicia Baumgartner was talking a little too much, the lead up to Tierra Brown versus Sky Nicholson. I guess she was backing
Yeah.
up her girl, but like the way she was talking, like, oh, if you know that Sky's gonna win. Well, I guess you didn't know, right?
Well,
Um,
because if you look at the big picture, it looked like all the cards and
mm,
everything else was in favor for Sky to win, which it was, but those two got to get in the ring. So,
yeah.
you know, they can set
Team
it up,
Batman
but you got to
Boxing.
get in there and do the work.
Batman Boxing says Lauren Price.
Oh,
Right?
Lauren Price. Yes, I love Lauren Price. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. She's one of my tops too. Absolutely.
But well, somebody says she'll surpass her brother, Caroline Dubois.
Yes, I think
Um,
so.
I mean, a little different. One's women's boxing, the one's heavyweight
Ay,
boxing.
hombre. Ay, hombre.
You
They're
gotta
both
judge it a little different.
lacing up. They're both doing the same workout. They're both getting punched and punching. It's not different.
It's a little
Come
different.
on
You know what I
now.
mean?
Come on now.
I'm just like I'm not trying to
Ay,
be funny.
way.
I'm just saying it's different.
Yeah,
Right?
okay. Okay.
I'm just saying. Like you know what I mean? Like what? But with that said, there is the boxing Christmas Carol.
Yes.
So the whole point of a Christmas Carol is to show that there's hope, right? There's
La la
of
la
course
la 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 la.
it's like that. Like of course we remember the Manny Pacquiao, who I definitely think is a ghost of Christmas past, right? And then we
Yeah.
have the present. Like of course, Crawford did his thing, and I think he's definitely the ghost of Christmas present. And then you have the future, and you see how there's so many more names to think about it with the future. Because
Absolutely.
obviously the future's unknown, and we really we got to look it through a crystal ball. And mine's more accurate than Christine's, but
Oh,
she's
is
using
it? I
hers
think you
too.
need to wipe yours down because it's greasy with taco grease.
Oh boy,
I'm
but
just saying.
man, you know what I mean. But with that said, a lot to kind of unpack with the future. We really don't know, but like I know, but a lot of you don't know, right? But that's what I'll say about that. Christine,
Yes.
and any first of all, what's happening on Wednesday, and are you gonna do a show on Wednesday?
So Wednesday is actually Christmas Eve, right?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, so we will not be doing a show. Christmas Eve is when I have all my kids and grandkids over, tamales,
Okay.
menudo, pozole, all that good
Yeah.
stuff. So no.
Am
So
I
you would have
invited?
to
What's going
after. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
I
So the
drive all
following
over there just to get
Wednesday.
some tamales and
Oh, I know. I saw. I said taco grease. I'm sorry. I meant to say tamale grease. But
yeah.
no. You know what? I just want to say Merry Christmas to all of you that celebrate Christmas. And Happy New Year. And it's always a pleasure doing a show with my bro. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't, but it's all good. It's all good.
Look, it's all about the pozole. And let me look. I don't even care about the only thing I want to unwrap are tamales during Christmas. You know what I mean?
Right, for
Like, give
real.
me some tamales, I'm happy. Like, you know what I mean?
Same,
It is what
same.
it is, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, if you guys eat tamales with sour cream, like you're not like, what are we
I
doing?
know, or ketchup. Oh my God, don't
Wait,
do it,
what?
please. I've seen them with ketchup.
What the hell does that?
I've seen it. Trust me. I'm like, no, no. Mm-mm.
No, like
Yeah.
if you guys heat it right and it stays moist, like you don't need any of that shit.
We
Like,
don't need
I'm
any
just
of
saying.
that stuff. Put a
You know
little
what I mean?
salt on there. We good.
We good. You know what I mean?
We
Plus, like
good.
if they're done right, it already has chile colorado in there. It already has the
Right.
spiciness in there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
With a little bit of cheese, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm probably making people hungry. You know what I mean? And then the Ziploc bags are sold out of Walmart this time of year.
Right.
You know what I
There's
mean?
a reason.
You know what I mean? Like I think the FBI thinks this shit's going down. Like, well,
Yeah.
why are they getting all these Ziploc bags? What are they doing with this stuff? Like,
Tamale season.
well, we got the stuff. You know what I mean?
We got the stuff
Um,
for real.
but we got the stuff, and it's great. By the way, okay.
It is.
Um, does Christine hustle? Like, do you sell tamales and stuff this time of year or
No, I
no?
buy tamales. I don't need to do all that. No, I buy
Okay.
them. I do make. My husband's gonna make the menudo. My
Okay.
daughter can make it too, really good, the best she ever had. And then I make
Mm,
pozole, really good pozole. And then I have some kids that they want chili, like chili
okay.
beans and chili meat, and so we're gonna have chili too. So, but it's gonna be great. Everything's
Well,
homemade. Everything's great from scratch.
it's homemade. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely, it
Like
is.
I'm just saying, 'cause I have tias that like sell tamales and they bank. Like, you know what I
They
mean? Like
do, but
tamale
that's too
season.
much work, bro. I'm busy. I'm too busy for all
Like,
that.
I
I
mean, they're over
tried it.
here.
I tried it. I can't do it. I'm too busy.
Like, you know what I mean? Like the
I
ladies
have
that sell tamales can count cash so fast that you think
I
they're a bank teller. You know what
no
I mean?
for real. But I have an excellent tamale lady. She's the best. So
And
not
now they
too much
got Cash App too.
masa, puro carne. You know what I'm saying? Mantequilla, just moist, delicious. Yeah.
When I'm out working with my brother and we stop by to get some burritos, man, they got the Cash App now. Like before,
They do have
you know
the
what I mean?
cash.
¿Cuánto es? Beep beep. Ya te lo cobré. What? Like, well, no, well, it's just like, I bought a burrito for $9. Like, this
Oh,
is
I bet.
crazy.
I bet.
Like, what's going on with the world? No wonder. Like you know what I mean? What are we doing?
Hey,
Like taco inflation, burrito inflation, and tamale inflation is
these
real.
ladies are they're hip now.
You know what I mean? But well, guys, we appreciate everybody that tuned in. By the way, before you
Yeah.
leave, hit the like button and Merry Christmas to everybody. Stay
Merry
safe.
Christmas.
Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Do all that good stuff, and we'll see you guys. I'll be back sometime before the new year, but we'll keep you posted. We're
Yeah.
out. Peace.